Okay, so hello everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on the secret of scaling without hiring agents, AI, and chatbots. I'm Keisha, host for this. Thank you all for joining us today, and we are excited to dive into a topic that's very close to every business leader's mind. That is, how to grow faster without the endless cycle of hiring and training. And to explore this, we have with us Nilomi Shah, the product manager at Hex Wireless. Nilomi has worked closely with businesses of all sizes, helping them implement automation and chatbots to boost efficiency and revenue. Nilomi, welcome. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for attending the webinar with me. Really happy to be here.
Okay, so perfect. Let's jump right in. So, Nilomi, for the first question, why do most businesses struggle to scale without increasing headcount?
Yeah, so because every new lead or a customer query adds to your work, right? So the easiest reaction to that is to hire more people, right? But the actual problem here is the cost will go up and the efficiency doesn't always improve. Okay, so that is where the automation and chatbot will come into picture. They will allow you to handle more conversation and that to be without needing to add a new person every time you feel the need.
Okay, that's such an important point. So more people doesn't always mean more efficiency. Okay, right.
Yeah.
So does scaling always mean more people?
No, I don't think so. Not anymore, in fact, because what I actually feel is scaling today is about working smarter and not bigger. Because along with AI tools and automation and everything, you would be able to, serve more customers, and that to be with the same team itself. So this means that you are growing, and that to be without burning your budget. So that is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So what's the hidden cost of hiring more agents?
Okay, good question. So, to start with, it's salaries. Salaries are just the beginning, we can say. You have got training to do. You will need to invest some management time into it, and even inconsistency in how people actually answer. Like, for an example, different people answers differently to the same question. So, if you compare that particular thing with a chatbot, so if a chatbot is trained once, it will work for 24/7 and it will not quit as well. So that is what it is.
Okay, that is such a clear contrast. Okay. So how does a chatbot change the game?
Yes, so a chatbot gives customers instant answers at any hour, right? So nobody likes waiting for 20-30 minutes for an agent to just join and answer their query. So what that happens is that the speed creates the trust, and the trust often turns into faster sales. So if we just look beyond the speed as well, the chatbots ensure that the replies are very consistent, and customer feels that they don't feel that they are misinformed or anything. So they also handle multiple conversation at once, right? So that's something a human agent simply cannot do. So, and to in addition to that, they can also personalize with AI to recommend the products or services and all. So this actually turns every interaction into a potential upsell or cross sell opportunity.
Okay, that is really powerful. Okay, so Nilomi, can you share a real world story of how this works?
Yeah, sure. So there was one of our retail client who was, flooded with WhatsApp queries, specifically during the festive seasons only. So they were, receiving repeated questions like, "Do you have size medium or XL or large?" or "What's the return policy?" and all. So instead of hiring, seasonal staff, they just set up a chatbot to handle the FAQs. So agents stepped in for complex questions only, and as a result they managed 40 to 50% of more orders without increasing the team during their specific peak season.
Wow, that's really efficient. Okay, so what's the FOMO over here? Like, what happens if people don't adopt automation?
It's actually very simple. You'll spend more money on manpower, right? While competitors serve customers faster at very lower cost. So the customers are not going to wait anymore if you don't respond quickly. So they can move to someone else who can respond quickly, right? So here's where FOMO occurs.
Yeah, absolutely. Speed is everything now. Right. But won't customers miss the human touch with chatbots?
No, 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 not really. It is actually the trick is the right balance. So a chatbot should handle the simple stuff and then smoothly hand over to a human when it is needed. So customers actually appreciate instant and consistent replies for FAQs and the personal care as well when it is important to them.
Okay, I think that balance sounds just right. Okay. So, can this help smaller businesses too, or just enterprises?
No, 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 100%. It helps SMBs as well. It's actually a game changer for a smaller business. So, large enterprises can afford, hire or to big hiring support teams. Okay, but for small or mid-sized businesses, every extra hire adds a lot of cost, right? So, using Mfluence, even a team of 2 to 3 people can serve hundreds of customers daily using the chatbot and WhatsApp campaigns.
I think that's such a productivity multiplier, I would say. Okay, but what about the industry with complex sales cycles?
Yeah, so even there as well, chatbots definitely helps. You can take an example of B2B SaaS product maybe. So instead of your sales team wasting time on cold leads, or a chatbot can ask a qualifying questions upfront and pass only the serious prospects they have to the sales team. So that will save, hours of times.
I think that's a great small business example. Okay, so how quickly can a business see those results?
Yes, nice. So I think this is my favorite question. The actual beauty of automation is that the results don't take months, they are almost immediate, right? So, for an example, a travel agency we worked with saw around 70 to 80% of drop in the missed queries in the very first months just by setting up auto replies on WhatsApp. So that means customers who previously had to wait for working hours suddenly got instant answers at 11 p.m. or midnight or whenever required. Right. So instead of booking elsewhere, they just did. So it is not just about answering faster, it is about capturing opportunities that would, otherwise slip away if you don't reply instantly. So once customers, start getting that speed and responsiveness, they don't want to go back, and that's why the results, keep on compounding over time.
Okay, that is such a game changer. Okay, so does automation only reduce costs or can it increase revenue too?
uh, it actually does both the things, in my opinion. So one of our education clients use the chatbots to respond instantly to the support inquiries. Maybe late at night by integrating the chatbots into the WhatsApp campaigns. So they didn't just save money by doing this; they also doubled their lead conversations because they replied way before even their competitor even saw that message. So all these things makes the real difference.
Okay, so instant impact. That's great. Okay, so but won't setting up automation take months?
No, I didn't. Don't think so. Not anymore, because with ready templates and with the drag and drop tools that we are having, businesses can launch in a few minutes, in a very few clicks. We can say it's no longer and long IT project that it used to be in the old times.
That is so true. So do agents feel threatened by AI?
Surprisingly, many of them like it actually. It actually removes the, the boring and the repetitive stuff, and lets them focus on very meaningful conversation. So it is not actually about replacing the humans. It's about, letting humans do the higher value work, not the repeated work.
Okay, that makes adoption so much easier, I would say. Okay, but is scaling with AI really future proof?
Yes, absolutely. And honestly, it's, less about the future and it is more about now, right now. Because, the customer expectations are only going upward and upward. And people today expect very instant 24 by 7 answers. And in maybe coming next to 3 years, most basic queries will be completely handled by AI. So we are already seeing it across many industry. Let's say, for an example, an insurance provider we worked with they used Mfluence AI chatbot to answer 80% of their claim status queries automatically. So with this automation, the team could focus on more high value tasks like resolving complex cases and all. So the real risk isn't whether AI works, it's whether businesses that don't adopt it can even compete or not. So if your competitor is answering in seconds while you are making customers wait for 20 minutes, you have already, I can say, lost the game.
Okay, that is a real survival strategy right there. So, what makes influence stand out?
Yeah, so I could say a very simple and short answer that many tools, solve one piece of the puzzle. But Influence brings chatbot, automation, WhatsApp campaign, everything together in one place only. So businesses don't, juggle into 5 to 10 different tools whenever it is required.
I think that integration really makes scaling practical. Okay, so if you could give one advice to businesses still undecided, what would you say?
Yeah, I would simply say don't wait. Every day you delay, a competitor is probably winning the customers you lost because you couldn't respond fast enough. You can simply start small. You can test the automation and just see the result by yourself.
Okay, so thank you, Nilomi, for such valuable insights. So now, before we wrap up, let's take a few questions from our audience. And
Yeah.
let's So, audience, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the chat. Okay, so we have first question right here. It says that how secure is WhatsApp for customer communication?
Yeah, it's very secure, I would say. Actually, WhatsApp uses the end-to-end encryption, which means the messages are already protected. And also on top of that, you can get, the verified business badge, the blue tick to, add an extra layer of trust as well. So customers actually feel safer while if you have that, extra badge while they are communicating with you, rather than they are, picking up the unknown phone calls or attending to any unknown emails.
Okay, so we have a second question, and it says that can this work in industries beyond retail or travel?
Yeah, absolutely. Healthcare also uses it for, appointment reminders. Then bank uses it for the transaction alerts and all. Schools also uses for, the parent communication and everything. And real estate industry also uses for property updates and everything. So the list goes on like this. So it is for every industry.
Okay, so we have one more question. It says that how quickly can we expect to see results once we set it up?
Yes, so in most of the cases, you'll see the results almost immediately. You just need to start sending the campaign and set up the automated chatbots. That is what it is needed, which usually takes a few minutes to set up. So that's it. Then you're good to go.
Okay, so I'll take one last question. It says that what's the best way to get started if I'm new to this?
Yeah, so I would simply say just keep it simple. Start with one single use case at a time, like sending WhatsApp reminder or setting up a basic chatbot to answer the FAQ. So once you see how customers respond, you can expand into more advanced campaigns and automation and integrations and everything.
Okay, wonderful. So thank you, Nilomi, for sharing such practical insights and real stories today.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
sure our audience has a lot to take away. And thank you to our audience as well for sharing such thoughtful questions. So we hope this session helped you see how AI chatbots and WhatsApp automation can transform scaling without adding headcount. So we'll be sharing the recording with you shortly. And if you'd like to explore Influence further, feel free to connect with us directly. So, yeah, until next time, thank you and keep scaling smart. Thank you.
Thank you.